expectations how it's gonna be. City to city, town to town. The dues you pay when you lay it down. It's hard time. I got that feeling again.
Here we are then, Los Angeles. Paradise and purgatory in a one-stop shop. It depends on the kind of day you're having. I'd come with a bunch of Dutch bikers to make a trip through California, Nevada and Arizona. Destination? Right back here in LA. That's around 4,000 kilometers of hot asphalt to get back to where we started. Perfect. André Contant was our guide for the trip. And after an introductory speech, we were all keen to pick up the bikes and get going. As a means of fast transport, a motorbike is about as basic as it gets. Just an engine, two wheels, and you. However, there are big differences between bikes, and everyone who rides has his own preference. We had here a mixture of Harleys, Hondas, Suzukis, and BMWs. I felt like a kid in a candy store.
Use them on low beam, they're on. On high beam, they're off. So I would go low beam, and they see you better traffic-wise. They see you coming, more lights.
Yeah, okay. So you suggest when you're on the road to put these
three of them is good. Yeah, it's better than the high beam because then the high beam bothers people sometimes, and you get more lights to get seen. Mainly.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay.
But now you take the keys with you.
Oh, yeah.
Dat bent zijn achter, hè? Dat bent zijn achter.
We left LA behind us on the first day, headed up into the hills of Ventura and on through Los Padres National Park. Beautiful bendy roads. On a bike, you steer with your whole body, not the steering column. You turn at speed by making a controlled fall to the left or right, using gravity to bank around the bend. The road flies by 6 inches under your feet, and of course the danger is apparent and immediate. That's where the pleasure lies, being vulnerable, but in control. We came out of the hills near Guadalupe and saw the Pacific stretching majestically below us and Highway 1 snaking along the coast. There's nothing that quite compares to the feeling you get from having an open road in front of you, a tank full of gas, and a beast of a bike under you. We stopped for lunch at the old hippie bastion, Big Sur. Time to stretch the legs and get to know the other members of the group. With ages ranging from 9 to 62 years old, some had many years riding experience. Some didn't.
Het is de eerste keer dat ik zo'n bochtenwerk doe aan 80 km per uur. Ik heb dat nog nooit gedaan.
Maar je hebt hem wel op de
Het
weg
is wel
gehouden.
meegevallen.
Ja.
En gelukkig zijn we op de weg gebleven.
Ja, dat is het belangrijkste.
Yeah, there's vultures up there, and then we have condors as well, Californian condors, and they're almost extinct. They were almost all gone, but then they've been doing a lot of work with the scientists to raise the eggs in science labs, and they're bringing them back out into the wilderness and releasing them. And they'll put cow carcasses and deer carcasses, roadkills, out to feed the birds because they're scavengers. So that's the big ones. And the big blue guys flying around with the mohawks, yeah, those are stellar jays. And then there are crows too. We have a few of them around too.
The next day we made a short trip up to San Francisco, giving us the time to have a look around the city on 2 legs as well as on 2 wheels. I switched bikes here to try out a Goldwing with my son Dylan. I'd always hated the look of these huge great things, but had never ridden one. Now was the time to see if they rolled as badly as they look. They don't. The ride was smooth as silk. The big 1500cc motor block pulled like a young pony and was quiet enough for us to enjoy the radio. It was embarrassing. San Francisco is always a few degrees colder than the rest of California, and the Golden Gate Bridge is usually shrouded in mist. But it's a colourful city, full of history and action. We checked into the Francisco Bay Hotel in the afternoon, did a little sightseeing, and in the evening went down to Fisherman's Wharf to eat and check out the nightlife. We were getting well acquainted now, and a few beers went down famously after a hard day in the saddle. The biker stories began to flow, and Jack seemed to have more than most. Or maybe he just drank more.